Earth surrendered yesterday, but it seems no one informed the humans. Admiral Zor muttered, his bulbous eyes wide as data streams raced across the screens. He shifted uncomfortably, the chair's coarse fabric grating against his scaled skin. The Galactic Council had proclaimed humanity's submission, broadcasting victory across the stars, claiming Earth had bowed to their authority. Yet, on the bridge of his flagship, Zor's gut churned with unease. Something is terribly wrong. The human delegates signed the treaty themselves, Captain Rokar said, his claws tapping nervously on the console. They agreed to every condition: full oversight, military submission, resource regulation. Then why? Zor growled, jabbing a talon at the hologram swarming with red alerts. Are human ships defying us? Across dozens of sectors, human vessels moved with calculated precision, no chaos, no retreat. They outmaneuvered the Council's superior warships, disabling them with surgical strikes, disrupting weapons, propulsion, and comms while leaving life support untouched. They're humiliating us, Rokar whispered, voice trembling as he read the reports. Zor's jaws tightened, fury mixing with confusion. He'd overseen the negotiations himself. The humans had been courteous, compliant, almost docile, agreeing to every term without protest. No species had ever yielded so easily. "Get me their envoy," Zor barked. Moments later, a hololink opened, revealing Ambassador Henry Locke, seated calmly in his orbital office. His polite smile unnerved Zor. "Admiral Zor, how may I assist you?" Locke asked smoothly. "You mock me?" Zor roared. "Your fleet violates our treaty, openly resisting." Locke tilted his head, feigning confusion. "I'm sorry, Admiral, there's no defiance. Earth is honoring the treaty as promised." "Your ships are disabling our vessels," Zor snapped. Locke said, tapping his chin thoughtfully. "You mean our peace enforcement operations? Per your treaty we agreed to oversight, correct?" "Yes," Zor replied warily. "Oversight requires the Council to ensure peace and stability," Locke continued, his tone serene. "Your own Article 14C states that if the Council fails to maintain security, subordinate species may step in to restore order. Are you familiar with it, Admiral?" Zor's stomach sank. That obscure clause, nobody invoked it. "That's an outdated remnant," he protested. "Outdated but enforceable," Locke replied. "Given your fleet's failure to secure human sectors, we're fulfilling our treaty obligations by enforcing peace." Rokar's claws scraped the console. "They've weaponized our own rules." "You tricked us," Zor hissed. "Not at all," Locke said, voice steady. "We simply read your terms thoroughly. If our lawful actions embarrass your fleet, perhaps the Council should reassess its competence." Zor's fists clenched, claws digging into his scales. "This won't go unanswered, Ambassador." Locke spread his hands diplomatically. "Admiral, we're merely following your treaty. Perhaps next time draft it with more care." The link cut off, leaving Zor staring at a blank screen. The humans hadn't defied the Council. They'd mastered its rules, turning surrender into dominance. In the Galactic Council's Grand Chamber, Councillor Verrill's serpentine neck coiled as he glared at Ambassador Locke. "The Council demands an explanation for this outrage." Locke stood calmly before the alien delegates, his composure unshaken. "Councillor, Earth's actions are lawful and necessary. Your fleets failed to curb piracy and instability in our sectors. We stepped in, as required by Article 14C, to ensure peace." Varl's eyes narrowed. "You suggest Council incompetence?" "I state facts," Locke replied evenly. "Your reports show rising threats. We've acted within your regulations to protect our interests." Murmurs rippled through the chamber. Verrill raised a scaled arm for silence. "You twist our treaty to seize authority." "Oversight demands accountability," Locke countered. "If the Council disputes our actions, take it to the Galactic Judiciary." Delegates flinched. The judiciary was impartial and unforgiving. No one wanted to risk public humiliation. Verrill shifted tactics. "This matter will be settled diplomatically. Cease your interference immediately." "Respectfully," Locke said, "we'll continue peacekeeping until your forces resume control. We trust your deliberations will be swift." Admiral Zor stood, his voice low. Your games undermine galactic authority, Ambassador. If diplomacy fails, we may respond with force. Pluck met his gaze. Threatening us for upholding your treaty seems unwise, Admiral. It might embolden other species. The chamber tensed. Smaller species watched closely, inspired by humanity's veiled defiance. Locke's words lingered as he exited. We expect the Council to fulfill its obligations. 5 days later, Sector Theta 9, once plagued by pirates, was silent. Every smuggler vessel floated powerless, marked with a human flag and a note. Neutralized per Article 14C. No lives lost, no hulls breached, just precision enforcement. Zor stared at the reports. Who authorized this? They didn't need authorization, Commander Valton said cautiously. The treaty allows subordinates to act if the Council fails. Their operations are legally airtight. Zor's scales twitched. Earth wasn't alone anymore. Other species were invoking Article 14C, filling power gaps left by overstretched Council fleets. Humans hadn't sparked a rebellion. They'd ignited a legal uprising. A new transmission flickered on. Commander Nathan Greaves aboard the ISS Milton spoke calmly. Admiral Zor, we've noted a 78% drop in Council patrols in Sector Gamma 11. Per treaty terms, we're assuming peacekeeping duties until you resume control. This is a restricted sector, Zor snapped. Neglected sectors fall under our mandate, Greaves replied, citing treaty clauses with ease. All actions are logged with the judiciary. The screen went dark. Zor slammed his fist on the console, but it only chimed for authorization. Even his ship prioritized protocol over rage. In a closed council session, Councillor Dren muttered, "They're weaponizing our rules with precision." Councillor Varel watched data streams of Earth's expanding influence. "They're living our laws better than we do. The judiciary won't intervene unless there's violence, and they haven't killed anyone." A proposal to rewrite Article 14C appeared, but an alert flashed. Retroactive treaty changes may breach diplomatic contracts. Earth had anticipated this too. 10 cycles later, the Galactic Judiciary convened. The Krathos Arbiter's voice boomed. The Council stands accused of failing enforcement oversight. Earth claims its actions are justified. Varel protested. They lack standing to challenge us. Locke stepped forward. Per Article 2, any signatory may raise grievances if their compliance exceeds expectations. We've logged 400 incidents of Council failure across 17 sectors. A map glowed showing Earth's insignia filling gaps where Council control faltered. No territory claimed, no lives lost, Locke said. We've assisted where you failed. The Krathos ruled. Earth's actions are legally justified. The Council risks obstruction if it interferes without resuming control. Weeks later, Council ships patrolled again, but human escorts shadowed them. Oversight agencies now included Earth's inspectors. The Council held power on paper, but humanity's precision had exposed its weaknesses. In a glass-walled observatory, Locke handed Commander Greaves a drink. "Did you expect the judiciary's ruling?" Greaves asked. "No," Locke admitted. "But I knew our evidence would make defiance costlier than compliance. We didn't need to win, just show their flaws." Greaves raised his glass to indispensability. They drank. Earth hadn't rebelled or fought. It had executed the rules flawlessly, becoming not challengers but architects of a new galactic order.